أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
There was a king who had 3 viceroys, and he called them to his presence.
So I'm going to give you a bag each. Take this bag into my garden and fill that bag with whatever you want. Then I'll call you back to my presence. And one whose character was sincere and very loyal and good character took the bag with the thought that my king wants maybe to take from these, let me pick the best of them. And he spent his time to be diligent and filled his bag with the best of the fruits and best of what the garden had. Another of the characters of these ministers, viceroys, representative of the king in a noble position, took his bag and went out and said, I don't even think the king will really even look at what I'm going to put in the bag, but just in case he does, I'll go around and put things into the bag. And he says, it's kind of tiring to go and get everything good and fresh and beautiful. I'll stop at a few of the trees and throw in the good with the bad. I'll throw in some good apples, throw in some rotten apples, I'll throw some good strawberry, throw some rotten strawberry. And he filled his bag with good and bad and rotten and fresh, but at the top he put nice in case the king was going to look at that bag. Another of the servants that he went out into the field and said that, this king's got so much, I don't think he's ever going to look at this bag. And why is he giving me this type of exercise just to tire me? Because he was also a lazy person. So he's never going to look, he's just testing me for no reason. So he went with his bag out into the field and he put every type of garbage and rocks and dirt into that bag. The king gave them enough time and said, call them back into my presence. They came back in, he said, you filled your bags? Yes. There's an island, a dungeon, lock all 3 of them up. Lock all 3 of them up, each one in their own cell, and for 30 days nobody's to see them, to talk to them, to communicate with them, and put their bag in their cell with them. Immediately the one who filled his bag with rocks, the joke was on him. Screaming, yelling that, I can't go, something was wrong, and that's it, you're locked up, the king's order, head into that jail. They locked the door and it wasn't but 2 or 3 days he was dead. From his own hands and what he sent before him. He didn't care to prepare himself, he went into that cell with a bag of rocks and dirt, nothing of which he could eat. The second man who went in picked good and bad. He quickly ate the good because the nature of mankind, and by the 10th, 15th day all that was left was the rotten fruits. And by now had its maggots and everything deteriorating, but he was forced to eat that. And by the hardship that he endured of a little bit of good and a lot of bad, he survived the 30 days, but he wasn't enjoying it. He had to endure a tremendous difficulty just to survive. But the one whom was sincere and the character was correct, and he thought that maybe his king is going to want to eat from these fruits, he only put the best. He ended up in jail with the best of the baskets, the best of fruits, the best of what was in that garden, and he enjoyed his 30 days like he couldn't believe. He sat in there, ate all the best fruits and everything he could find of the best, and his king allowed him to eat that which you wanted for me, you'll end up in that jail eating that.